Hello. Today is going to be all about Jackrabbit. It's been a busy morning with lots of updates and lots of things happening. And that's what I'm going to discuss in this video. As you can see, we're looking at the BTC chart on TradingView with Jackrabbit loaded. Now before we get too far into this, I'm going to establish some nomenclature and some changes that need to take place. From this point forward, unless I explicitly mention the Crypto Hopper version of Jackrabbit, I am talking about only the TradingView version of Jackrabbit. The reason that change is taking place is because the TradingView version has grown significantly far more robust than the Crypto Hopper platform can actually support. So all of my time and effort is going to be spent here. The Crypto Hopper version is maxed out to the highest level it can support. I can't take it any further and make it grow better the way I can with the TradingView version. Now, I'm not going to stop supporting the Crypto Hopper version. I just can't make it more powerful as I've done with the TradingView. The Crypto Hopper version is what started everything. It's the baby of Jackrabbit. The TradingView version is all grown up and significantly more powerful. So from this point forward, all emphasis for Jackrabbit will be here in the TradingView version. With that being said, I have done a Jackrabbit update. Yes, another one with more changes, and that means, of course, having to redo all of the alerts. Fortunately or unfortunately, I think it's fortunate in that the updates add a lot to the system. Okay, now let's get started with the updates themselves. First and foremost, I have redesigned the settings menu. And this redesign underscores the importance of some of the nomenclature I need to discuss. Jackrabbit is comprised of indicators and filters. Now normally this distinction is not necessarily to be made, but in this case I do need to make this distinction. Indicators are what make the decisions on buying and selling in Jackrabbit. They are the driving force of all technical analysis. Moving averages, RSI, Bollinger's, Stochastic, and Williams. These are the driving indicators of Jackrabbit. These are what make the decisions about what is actually bought and sold. All the rest of this, risk mitigation, sideways trend analysis, all of those are filters. They filter out signals on the basis of each of the analysis being conducted. Now I've tried to rank them on the basis of most important and most used in the settings menu. The risk mitigation filter is by far the strongest filter of all of the filters. It uses support and resistance aggressively to weed out anything that doesn't fit within that radius. And that makes it the most powerful of all of the filters. And you'll notice there are one new indicator, or excuse me, one new filter, and that is trend analysis, which can be turned off. Medium trend analysis, short trend analysis, and long-term trend analysis. Now I'm going to turn it off. And you will see an impact on what is being filtered out. I'm also going to turn off candlestick analysis. And red-green analysis. And finally, I'm going to turn off sideways analysis to get a big picture of just how drastic these charts are going to change. And this information is important when you're looking for various signals. Now, as you can see, this is Jackrabbit opened up at full power of the indicators. Now, most strategies, this is what you would get. Full-blown, aggressive, really opened up, total chaos. Jackrabbit is one of the few strategies that represent a way to actually tune the indicators, to slow it down. Most of the time, most indicators rely on your trading program to slow it down, and they run in full force. Jackrabbit gives you the ability through its filters and its indicators of being able to actually tune your rate of buying according to your own risk assessment. So it ensures that you get appropriate to what you can handle. Because as you can see, trying to trade at this level is absolute insanity. But trading at this level makes a little more sense. Now, this is a risk mitigation filter. As you saw, it filtered out all of that extra stuff just to display these signals. Now let's turn it back off. And now we'll go to an actual indicator that controls the actual buying and selling markers. One of the most powerful ones that possesses an extremely aggressive analysis that can weed out a lot of unwanted signals is the moving averages. All of these indicators play a very particular role, and each has their own special uniqueness to them that work together to make Jackrabbit what it is. So we'll let this take effect, and you will see a difference in a few minutes on this chart. I may have to click out of this. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I know there's changes, I just don't know why it's not showing them. Unless I just happen to be lucky enough to have a very high saturated setting within Bitcoin right now. And I don't think I'm that lucky. Although I could be. Because this could be a really good market. Okay, yep, it is. I just saw the changes. So, by going back to the moving averages and heavy, wow, that's a lot of indicators. Usually moving averages actually tones this down quite a bit. I'm going to do some good trading today. So you always want to check each one of these indicators out to see how it changes. Because the more you apply the indicators, the more you'll find your own comfort zone for your risk assessment. And I am definitely going to be doing some good trading today. So that's important for you to pay attention to. Okay, let's go back in and check some of the filters. I'm going to put this back down to the lightest setting because I'm going to show you the second filter. We've already seen the trend analysis, but now Jackrabbit is capable of knife catching. And that is a very unique and special system that looks for extreme drops. And those can bring a lot of profit. But knife catching is high risk. It can very easily go very badly. It also has some limits. Knife catching will not work with the red-green analysis, and it will not work with the dead man switch. Particularly with the dead man switch, the very areas that the dead man switch is designed to filter out are the very areas that knife catcher finds its traffic. So those two are directly opposite of each other. With the red-green analysis, you will find that it oftentimes cuts the knife catcher's abilities off. And here is one example of knife catcher and another example. Now notice all the rest of the signals disappeared. And that's important. That's what the filter is supposed to do. Make the noise go away so you can focus on the area that you want to look at. Now let's go to the percent chart and watch these lives. Okay, this knife looks like it would have made a 2% profit. That's not bad. This knife looks like it would have also made a 2% profit. Now, as we look here, the 1 means one indicator lined up. And that's one or more, technically. Here, 2 or more indicators demonstrated this by. Again, the indicators are a moving average, RSI, stochastic, Bollinger's, and Williams. So 2 or more of those 5 indicators gave this a buy signal. That is, they confirmed each other. Here, this means no confirmations to this signal. So you want to be able to decide and judge based upon your risk assessment exactly how many signals you want to rely on. Most people like to use 2 or more. That way they have a confirmation to their purchase. But if you're using something specialized like the knife catcher filter, this could very well be something you would be interested in and could very easily bring a very nice profit. So you'll want to be aware of all those different circumstances. Here's another area over here. It shows a peak. Let's see if we can find a knife that's right before this buy signal. Because this is quite well produced right now. A little bit of a sideways market. Okay, it's dragging here. Mathematics is definitely overworking the system right now. But you definitely get the idea of just how powerful this can be. Now, I will be doing more updates on this, covering a little bit more detail of some of the specifics. Probably through the Patreon account and definitely through the Jackrabbit support server. But I wanted to get this basic information out there now to start covering the changes in the nomenclature, because I have a few more things that will be coming down the pipeline shortly. Okay, I'm definitely wearing my tablet into the ground here. But you'll be able to scan back and forth and actually check out the updates once everything is fully rendered. So be sure to check out each of the settings, and remember, not all filters play nicely together. So be sure to test and analyze all of your results, because you could be finding some very nice profits. This doesn't necessarily mean you want to change your primary bot. But something like this, an $11 position, a one-off situation, could work very well for catching a few unusual spikes here and there. So, keep watching, subscribe to the video, give it a thumbs up, and most importantly, test your results and look for those profits. Because these, like what happened around the 21st, this might have saved my own hide. Because I did take a loss that day because of that big dip. Something like this could have really helped me then. So really pay attention to these settings to pick the best ones for your risk assessment. Until next time.